You show them what we've done. You see, and then there you go. So we make our own table of contents so we can find things.
And actually send it to everybody.
Yeah, I got it in writing too. I got it in a file, but oh, you want to take a picture of it? You can do that too.
Yeah.
But we're going to fill it in right now because I want to make sure everybody has it. And I'll actually make a document because I don't have it in this computer, but. All right, so what we've done is see in the other books, in the book that I show you online, we have this type of this is the mass code that I think it's the commercial. The commercial one comes and tells you what chapters you're looking at, and you're not getting that with this book. So let's write down at the bottom, near the bottom of the page, the R5 and the page number 322, 323, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, write down those and call it revocation of license and on-site presence of supervisor. That way when you get a question in the exam it says on-site presence, because it usually be written that when does a supervisor have to be at the job site, you'll be able to answer the question. You'll be able to come back here and look at it. So let's write down about 2 pages there, the page numbers, and one of them as cause for revocation of license, and the other one for on-site presence, as it's called. Hey, what's up?
Hey, Eric.
He's doing the beard like Julian Edelman.
I know.
I didn't even recognize him.
Call him a squirrel, eh?
Revocación de licencia y on-site presence.
Yeah, this is the commercial book you get next week. At least it has all this, see? You don't get it in the residential book. They're cheap. The state's cheap. It's not telling you. So what's the very first one? Let's go to the residential book. And let's see what the very first thing is. What do you got? Oh, I can use this. All right. That's the.
Which book you say?
We're in the yellow book. We're going to start at the beginning. Renato, let them know what's the first one.
All right. So the first one is scope.
Scope.
201.
Hey, 201 is the page number, right?
Yep. Cool.
What's the next thing?
Scope 201, you said?
Yep.
Yeah.
Next one is existing structures. 204.
I gotta catch up with you. Existing structures.
204.
Okay. Next one. Well, we'll let you all write it in.
Everybody okay?
Yeah, it takes a little time. Well,
Are you ready to right now with the?
I'm just gonna pull it up right now because then I'll make the document. So it was.
Scope 201.
Yeah, scope is always. There it is, and I'm writing it up on the board so we can see it. I'll make it bigger. The scope is always about. That's a general section. It means just like a scope, how much, what everything is covered all together. Very general. It's the first general section. And okay, the next one was, again, I'm sorry.
Existing structures.
Yeah, that's a funny section too. Very short. There's an explanation. What's the next one?
The next one is duties and powers of building official.
Okay. And what was the number for existing?
The existing structure is 204.
204. This one, the next one, duties and powers of the official. What might be in that section? What are we going to find there?
Well, the rights for the building inspector.
Yeah. Everything, can he take your license on the spot? Can you just say, give me your license?
I'm not sure.
Remember it says if you don't, if you, going back to the other section, you have to hand over the license when they ask.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Right? Can he say stop work? Just tell you stop work?
Yes.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah. He can now, and then before he couldn't, but that's all laid out in that section. And what page was that, Renan? 205. So that's how that looks like. The way you see that in a question on the exam, at 2015, I'm thinking, I'm moving ahead in
Going
time.
back in time.
The way you see that in a question is just simply when, it'll just say, can the building official, yeah, God bless you.
So,
Can the, Sancho,
Sancho.
I know what a Sancho is. You know what a Sancho is, Mario?
Do not.
They're all laughing. That's the guy that's, huh?
Keywords.
Ah, it's a keyword. It says, did Sancho steal your wife?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sancho's a guy, man
How
that
do you
steals
call
your
it?
woman.
Backdoor guy.
Could be the
Yeah, that's good.
could be the milky guy.
So we don't want no Sancho today, but you can still have the name Sancho. It's good, right? Okay, so
alright, so the next one would be permits.
Big one.
yeah, anything that asks you a question that says it just says keyword permits. That's it.
207.
Why I'm talking and typing and I'm making a big mess. Okay, so permits. Now you know right where to go. You get that. If you get that something in your question.
Mm-hmm.
So what might be that? How long do you have before a permit is considered expired? That's a
180.
common question.
180 days.
180
180
days.
days.
A lot of the questions about permits can be answered by the 180-day thing, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few that you can do that have 90 days. That's for an extension on a permit. But just to give an idea. So what page was the...
207.
All right, next one.
Next one would be work exempt from permits.
That's the one we all like.
And
you remember-
it's also on 207.
Do you remember what could be exempt from permit? And that'll be just right in the question. They'll say, what, it might say what of the following, which is exempt from permit? So let's go there and take a look at it while we're doing this, just to see why it's important.
Sheds, one-story detached,
201?
accessory structures. 207.
Yeah, 207.
Allah, Akbar.
Fences not over 7 feet. Retaining
out.
walls that are not over 4 feet.
There you go, retaining walls over. You got a whole list. You want to highlight that whole
Yep.
list. Because you get a question out of here usually about work, which is the work exempt from permit. There's 11 of them. What's the next one, just so I can get it written up? I have them. You gotta. The only reason I'm having you write it in the book is because they don't allow you. We could give you a paper, and you think you could put it in, but no, you're only allowed to write things in the book. That's the problem. That's why you're writing it in. It sounds, why am I doing this? It's just to say you can handwrite all your notes, remember, but you can't take a paper and put it into the book.
So the next one would be application for permit.
It's paper into the book.
Yeah, they don't want you to add to the book, but they won't let you in the exam. What was the next one?
Application for permit.
Oh, okay. I'm just writing it up to get it ahead. So look, tell me what about greenhouses? And why would... I don't need a permit?
I will check now. Greenhouses over exclusively with plastic fill. This exemption does not apply if the greenhouse is to be used for large assemblies of people or use other than normal spec for this purpose.
Like I say, then it would be a wedding tent, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of stupid, but they want to make sure that you can't go and put your fancy car, your collection of boats. It's only for grow. Why they just added this to the code? So why would we? Now we could build a greenhouse in our backyard. Don't even need a permit. Don't have to go to the building department. Nothing. That's what they're telling us. Now the zoning department might say, no, it's too close to the neighbor, to the fence. You have to check with zoning. But that's another thing. For the exam, there you go. How about, what is the...
¿Dónde está?
Huh?
Está en la página 208.
What's that?
Application
Application number, yeah,
No, no se necesita permiso para hacer eso.
application for what was it? Really, it is, so it's permit again, huh? How big can I build a garage
20 by 20.
on
Garage,
on my property? How many square feet?
200 square feet. Garage or shed? It's
Yeah,
the
it could
same?
be either the garage, shed,
Yeah.
because it tells you an accessory. What does it tell you? It doesn't tell you accessory structure, right?
Yeah, that's what they say.
It does say right there?
Yeah.
Because there used to be I thought they changed the wording.
One-story detached accessory structures, provide
Okay.
that the floor area does not exceed 200 square feet.
That thing about maximum 3,000 doesn't exist anymore. They took it out of the code. All right, so, and also, okay, and if I asked you to, what size deck can I build without pulling a permit?
Let's see that too.
Let somebody else read it for just
Yeah.
200 feet. And what else? It's got some, that's the square foot, but you've got to do some other rules too. What are they? They're hard to read. I know they are. And it's dark, so we're really testing it.
We are testing knowledge and vision.
Yeah, and then it says other rules. 200 feet, you're right. Same as the additional structure. But what else does it say? It says a few more things.
208.
Hmm?
No more than 30 inches above the grade.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so what does that mean then?
Not higher than 30.
That's right, it does. No, you're right. Yeah, it's so good. I was trying to be tricky with him. So, 30 inches about as high as this table, right? There's another rule about the 30-inch rule. Anybody know it? Just remember this one. You don't have to put railings if the height is less than 30 inches for the landing or the deck. So I went to build one like that in New Hampshire, and I got scared. I said, I'm going to fall off that 30-inch high. I'll break my leg. It's kind of a funny one, but there you go. So,
But
there's
you need
another
to
rule.
have steps.
Yeah, you need to. Well, you want to have stairs. You don't have to have stairs to a deck. You don't have to. You can get onto the deck. A lot of people don't put stairs to their deck. They just walk onto the deck.
Like those.
No, but it's not supposed to be like no railing, but you have to have steps. Or no?
No, nothing to do with the steps. You can have no railing as long as it's less than 30 inches.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, and you don't have to have steps. That's another thing. You don't need steps.
Because I built one, but we put 3 steps all the way around to the ground,
Yeah.
and that's why we didn't use railings.
Yeah, no really. You get 4 steps, 4 rises. You have to have a handrail.
That's a different thing.
Oh, that's a different thing?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the safety railing on top? Are you talking about?
No.
The railing for the staircase railing thing has nothing to do with 30 inches. It has, we're going off to the side, but we'll go over some of these today. When you have 4 risers or more, right?
Right.
So that's different. So they're telling you, that's another thing, we'll go over it later, but you can remember that. 4, you can write it down as a side note. Today you get your note paper, 4 stair railing. One's a deck railing and one's a stair railing. And that one does come up on the exam.
The railing.
Yeah, 4 risers or more. And then we say, what's a riser? We'll get to that too.
They railing 4 risers or more.
Yes. So what's the riser? Right, the part of the step that
Goes up.
the standing part of the step. So you count 4 of them. The thing is, you know, sometimes on decks you don't even put the riser in, but that's still that area, whether it's closed or not. And then the other one is the tread.
Right.
Tread and risers. So let's remember that for staircases. Anyway.
So what's it called? Stay railing 4 risers or more. No hand railing.
Yeah, 4 risers or more, you need a hand railing.
Oh, you need.
3 risers, no hand railing needed. No necesario. Right?
Mm-hmm.
2 risers, no problem. Don't need a hand railing. No hand railing. Huh? So now we're going back to the deck you can build for 200 square feet. You don't need a railing. 30 inches high or less, you could do without pulling a permit. And you wouldn't need a railing anyway if it was 30 inches or less. Now, what else does it say there, though? It says another thing. Let's find it. Someone else that says it. There's another, I call them caveat. They're, another rule.
The one that said that is not attached to the dwelling.
Okay, so you can't attach the deck to the dwelling. You don't screw it to the home. A lot of times they use that word dwelling. I told you before, dwelling. Anytime that you get that in a question about dwelling, you know it's IRC book, because the other one will be commercial. So it can't be attached to the home, and then there's one more rule. It cannot serve
The exit door required by section R 311.4.
Now, if you jump to 311, you would find that means the egress door of the home.
Mm-hmm.
But you could have it could be just a regular slider door. It depends if you. So, what is an egress door? Why is it important? That word egress.
Is the entrance door? No.
Yeah. How many do you have to have in Massachusetts egress doors?
2.
Yeah. Remember I showed you that first week. You're right, 2. So you couldn't. It couldn't be one of your egress doors for that deck. You might have 2 doors that are called egress, and another door that just goes to the deck. That's okay, as long as it's not one of your egress doors. Isn't that funny? Funny
Yeah.
little things. So there's reading that section. All right, application for permit. What page is that on? We'll go back to writing it in 208. Oh, don't. I got my cable off cords.
Application of permit. What do you need?
Oh no, I just see it's off a little bit, so I want to get it right. They'd be able to read it. There it is. Okay, what's the next section?
Emergency repairs.
What's an emergency repair? And what page
All
is
the
it on?
repairs you do on Saturdays.
Yeah, no kidding, huh? You're right. What page is it on?
208.
So let's go to page 208 and look for emergency repairs.
It's started to before.
There's a rule about emergency repairs.